Today, the Father tells you that you have the ability to create your own season in life. In order to bring an end to the dry season and to call for the rains of my Spirit, which will be beneficial, I have given you dominion and authority. The hope that things will get better or that life will become easier is not something that you are forced to wait for. You are not relegated to waiting on some vague hope. I am the God who makes things simple and lightens the load. I am the master and commander of every difficulty that has been placed in front of you, and I am releasing your soul from the shackles of constraint and the heavy yoke that has been placed upon it. I am causing your soul to fly free like a bird that has escaped from the snare of the fowler. There is no significance in the fact that the adversary of your soul has chosen you as a target. Some people have studied you, made predictions about you, even prayed for you, and exerted their efforts in an effort to deprive you of your blessing. They are able to curse something that I have blessed. I have blessed you, declares the Father, and my blessings are above all measure and overflowing. I have lifted the cloak of my favor over your life as an unconditional gift, and there is no power on earth or in heaven that can contradict my plan to bring you to benefit, deliverance, and joy during this season in your life. Now is the time to stop looking forward to an optimistic someday, because I am telling you that your someday is right now. A flowering of my now promise is taking place in your life. Do not be concerned about those who lack faith, compassion, and kindness, since they are not your people. I am responding from that high and lofty realm where every need in your life is met, every cry of your heart is answered, and your soul is brought to deep rest in me. The mercy of man is a cold comfort to those who are suffering and oppressed, but I am answering from that place. Today, the Father tells you that you are not the source of the problem, rather, you are Jesus Christ. No more sobbing in the middle of the night. Please, my child, do not continue to fumble around in the dark. On this day, I am removing the garment of uncertainty and ignorance that has been placed over you. My hand is currently putting an end to the clamor and clatter of challenges, difficulties, and issues that are occurring in your life. In order to bring about my purposes in your life, I am transforming all of your inquiries and uncertainties into declarations and witnesses of my faithfulness. My child, the only way to fix the problem is to ascend above the problem. There is no other option. At this stage, you are unable to find a solution to the dilemma that is currently in front of you. Because of this, I have made sure to provide you with an ascension place right here beside me. I have placed you in heavenly realms through your faith in Christ. Instead of adopting the idea of being in the problem, adopt the mindset of being in Christ. You see, the Father assures you, you have anticipated that I would descend into the situation, yet I will not duplicate the procedure that you have anticipated. Approximately 2,000 years ago, I put myself in your position and paid the whole price for your deliverance. With the knowledge that my love was the one who drove the nails, my love was the one who brought the spear and the crown of thorns, there is nothing else for you to do other than to lay claim to the accomplished work of Calvary. The cost has been borne. I am even this day and this very hour placing you in my economy and in my station, and I am positioning you far above every invasion of the enemy in your life. Therefore, lift up your head and modify the trajectory of your expectations. I am doing this right now. This day, the Father tells you that there are many voices in the earth that are around you. There is only one voice that is genuine, and that is my voice, which communicates with you while you are at the core of your being. It is my voice that is being heard in the depths of your inner soul, where the acoustics are the most profound. You have been contacted by me. This very moment, I am speaking. I will continue to communicate with you until you do not only comprehend it but also hear the sound of heaven, which is so powerful that it drowns out every other sound that is antagonistic. I made a promise to you in my word that my voice would be the sound of someone speaking to you behind your back and saying, "This is the way, walk you in it." Proceed onward, the Father instructs you. Do not accept the word "no" as an answer. When it comes to you, I always respond with a resounding yes and amen. You must not give in to the voice that tells you, you cannot, you will not, you must not. Accept it. That is an invalid authority, says the Father, since I am not the God of limitation or obstruction, rather, I am the source of breakthrough and change for you. So pay attention to my voice, and make sure that your decisions, behaviors, and goals are in line with what I have to say. The words that I speak to you will have an effect on you, and you will emerge from the figment, which is the illusion of limitation that the adversary has projected all around you. The falsehood that he is telling is contrary to the promise that I made, but you must be a father pleaser and make my heart and my word your first priority and your last authority in everything that you contend with. Regardless of what is going on in your immediate environment, you are the recipient of my unfailing favor and love, which is refreshed each and every hour of each and every day. Sure, you are not perfect, and sure, you have difficulties in your efforts to live a holy life in front of me. Because the shedding of the blood of the cross is on your behalf, the Father says that you should forgive yourself and that you should forgive others. Allow it to be heard, the sound of acceptance and, yes, the sound of approval, my approval that is urging you to move forward to blessing upon blessing on this day. In today's message, the Father says, I have appointed you to serve as a watchman on earth. Even as I was watching in the beginning, I was the one who set the example for you, how to watch, how to rule, and how to initiate change. My promise must change, and it will change as you watch and command change to come, says the Father. What you see is contradictory to my character, and my promise must alter. The Father wants you to remember that you should not let your thoughts be a barrier to change. Modification is not detrimental, rather, it is advantageous. It is imperative that you do not let your natural comprehension obscure the reality of your actual position within me. It is the Father who says, I have given you permission, I have given you power, and I have set you free to rule and have authority in your life. Step into the freedom that I have bestowed upon you, and walk away from it. Irrespective of any and all conditions, you are free to function independently. You are not dependent on the forecasts and interpretations that your mind, which is based on your senses, provides. You will see issues when you use your head, but when you use your spirit, you will see what can and will alter at your command. With your spirit, you will see where I live and rule. According to the Father, therefore, you should open your mouth wide and speak the word of authority. As you talk, even inanimate things will pay attention to what you have to say. This includes the fig tree that I cursed. As a result of the words that are filled with trust that I have given you permission to speak, the storms that are occurring in your life will become calm, and the entire landscape of your existence will alter and conform to the template of heaven right through. The Father has revealed to us today that I was not entirely taken aback by the situation that you are currently experiencing. I am not wringing my hands or pacing in front of the throne, thinking how I am going to get you out of this situation as quickly as possible. The people around you, including the counselors you trust, are going to be so shocked that they will be unable to provide you with the appropriate responses. Within the context of this circumstance, you are going to be required to pay attention to my voice rather than the icy solace of advisors who are both misinformed and uninspired. In addition to being the comforter, I also do the role of the counselor. I will guide you through each and every step of the process and have you sped past the traps that Satan has set for you. As the Father says, therefore, come and let us reason together. If you want to receive my undivided attention, then you should pour out your heart to me. This day, the entire heavens are focused on your predicament and the cries that are coming from your heart. This is not a day to give up hope, rather, it is a day to have faith. This does not mean that I have abandoned you or left you to fend for yourself. Even though you may not always be able to see it, I am working in the midst of the darkness to bring you to the safe haven that you have chosen for yourself. It is not uncommon to experience feelings of isolation and bewilderment during times of difficulty and uncertainty. Be aware, however, that I am always with you, guiding you through the darkness and guiding you to safety and security in the face of uncertainty. I am always with you. Do not ever forget that you are not the only one going through the difficulties that you are experiencing, and that there is a more significant plan at work that goes beyond what you can see. Look away from the commotion and focus on my hand, which is bringing my goodness online and providing you with the resources you need to accomplish your goals in the fight against fear and doubt. Your position will be reframed, and you will be led into the fulfillment of your destiny in my kingdom if you continue to hold on to hope against hope and believe in that thing that is impossible. Listen exclusively to my voice and those whose words are in alignment with the vision that I have placed in your heart. The other people around you will have their own solutions, but they are nothing more than Ishmael alternatives that will only make the journey through the wilderness longer. The assignment that you have been given is to trust, have faith, and surrender. These are the key themes that will assist you in navigating the challenges and obstacles that appear to be insurmountable. They will disappear as quickly as a vapor. One minute they will be gone, and the next they will be gone. This will reveal the path that lies ahead of you and the destination of blessing, favor, and power that is readily available to you. It is a new day and a new season, says God, a season of endearment when all those things that can be shaken will be shaken so that the things of my heart in your life that cannot be shaken will remain and reframe and redefine the absolute fullness of abundant life I've promised you. According to what the Father has revealed to me today, I am providing you with knowledge, wisdom, and insight that is revelatory. I am providing you with an advantage over the adversary at this time, since these presents can only be counterfeited in a vain attempt and cannot be replicated in a real manner by him. It is imperative that you start to recognize the advantage that I have bestowed upon you in comparison to the adversary of your soul, says the Father. Over the course of thousands of years, he has been cut off from receiving my presence. On the contrary, even at this very moment, you are encircled by my person and immersed in my presence. This is something that is always the case. This day, I am leading you to perceive the issues at hand with my eyes in a fresh and new way so that you might avoid falling into the traps that the evil one has set for you. Currently, I am filling your heart with my wisdom, which will cause Satan and all of his human accomplices to be in a state of profound bewilderment. It will be impossible for the adversary of your soul to know what you are going to do following this, and he will be unable to take away the promises that you have made for the future. In the form of dreams, visions, and supernatural insights, I am releasing knowledge that will provide you with an accurate depiction of the connections that provide the foundation and framework of your life. I have provided you with the edge and the advantage over all of the strategies that hell has to offer, and you will conquer and overcome them all. Therefore, do not be afraid, says the Father. With the firm and certain guarantee that you will not fall behind in any of the gifts that the cross has paid for in your life, you will walk into the period of your blessings because you will be blessed. During times of uncertainty and doubt, it is of the utmost significance that you keep the promises of my word and the still, tiny voice of my spirit assisting you to navigate through the problems that are in front of you at the forefront of your mind and heart. When you realize that your adversary is not a physical being but rather a spiritual adversary who was vanquished on the cross 2,000 years ago, you have been armed in your inner man with the tools and weapons of spiritual warfare to overcome any barriers that stand in your way. Know that I have already won the win for you via the sacrifice that Jesus made on the cross. Your part is to work it out and walk it out to completion. Have faith in my plan for your life and know that I have already obtained the victory for you. Now that you are entering the season of your benefits, you can do so with full assurance, knowing that my gifts are plenty and readily available to you. Because of the compassion and mercy that I have bestowed upon you using my provisioning hand, you can have peace of mind knowing that you are completely without anything. I want you to know that I am always by your side, ready to assist you in overcoming any problem that comes your way. Allow this certainty to bring you calm and strength as you navigate through the ups and downs of your day and your week. Today, the Father has communicated to you that you are not excluded from the course of your destiny. That is not what you have been told by other people. Instead, you should only listen to my voice. It has been said to you that you have been reprimanded, rebuked, scolded, and beaten down, but the Father says that this is not something that originates from me. In spite of the fact that those individuals who have turned themselves into your adversary and judge assert that they are speaking in my behalf, you should not pay any attention to them. Instead, pay attention to my words that originate solely from my throne. It has been whispered to you by the adversary that the chance you had has already passed. He made the suggestion that you had wasted your day of grace by committing a transgression. He gave the impression that it was impossible for you to have my finest plan for your life. Every single one of these is a falsehood, says the Father. On this day, I certify that my most ideal plan for you is still on the table, and that no obstacle or failure on your side has prevented you from achieving the destiny that was planned for you before the foundation of the planet was laid. You do not need to worry. According to what I have stated in my word, you are flawless and blameless in front of me in love, even before the world was created. For the sole reason that I gaze upon you with the eyes of love. When I direct my attention to you, I am only able to see whatever it was that inspired me to send my one and only Son to die on the cross. This is due to the fact that, in my opinion, you were and continue to be worth the sacrifice. Put an end to the lies that your adversary has told you and live up to your destiny. I have proposed that you spend your life in kingdom entitlement, from which I will fulfill your goals, satisfy your longings, and meet every potential need. You are a fortunate child of a loving Father, and I have proposed that you live your life in kingdom entitlement. The Father says, "This is who I am, and this is what I do," and you are fully eligible today on account of both of these things. The Father adds, "So ask, and see my hand of deliverance come near, to come to bear in your life today." This is what the Father desires to happen. In today's message, the Father declares that my kingdom has arrived in your life. The Father continues, "I am pouring out my rule and the dividends of my rule in extreme measure in your life. I am doing this throughout your life. When I give everything I have. When I pour it out, it ends up in the bottom of the can. It is to the fullest extent possible that I propose to move in your life in a way that is blessed. You should make it your goal to avoid sitting in the seat of those who are contemptuous or to avoid being in the company of those who are mocking. Some people are only able to see the negative, and they find their certainty in the unfavorable report. Every single one of these mentalities is destined to be a part of the wilderness. Your heart should be filled with the intention of bleaching the bones of unbelief, rising up, shaking yourself, and entering into the geography of the promise that I have placed in front of you. In response to your question, the Father responds, "Yes, you should leave the well-populated plains of skepticism and unbelief and instead make your way toward the high country of my promises, where I have intended for you to spend your time. The mixed mass of those who do not believe and those who are skeptical cannot go. Prepare yourself by placing your faith in my truth and my promises, for they will undoubtedly be fulfilled. My hand of favor has been made plain on your behalf, and those who have mocked, analyzed, and criticized you will recognize the redemption that I have worked for you. They will also know that I have delivered you from persecution. According to the Father, I will not omit you, nor will I leave you out of the equation. I will in no way permit you to experience failure or defeat, and I will load your hands with the treasures of victory, and your heart will sing the war songs of homage and gratitude, for I will not permit you to fail or receive defeat." Here and now, the Father declares, "I am the God who brings all comfort into your life. I can guarantee that you will feel at ease." Individuals who believe that they are obligated to cause suffering to those who are at ease are in direct opposition to my character. One of my names is Comforter, since I am so committed to carrying out a campaign that will provide you comfort in your life. As a result, the Father advises you to make yourself comfortable. Allow yourself to feel at ease and find solace in my presence. It is important to keep in mind that I am not the God of some comfort, but I am the God of all comfort. Therefore, I am able to provide you with both spiritual and relational comfort through the open hand of love and compassion that I extend to you. To answer your question, yes, I have even made preparations for a provisional comfort in the natural resources worldwide. In contrast to the erroneous concept that many people have regarding pain and my perspective on it, I want you to know that I do not place any value on suffering, says the Father, because it is in direct opposition to my comfort. I would never say no to something that the cross says yes to, and the message of the cross is that it is salvation, deliverance, and healing that is beyond anything you could ever fathom on this side of eternity. To ease your sufferings and bring you fulfillment, consolation, and comfort in my name, the pain that you endured on the cross was only designed to accomplish these goals. That is something that the Father asks you to be comfortable with. Do you have any areas of your life that I could improve in order to make you feel more at ease? I will have to answer your question for you. Pray that your happiness will be complete. Request that your comfort be fully satisfied, as I am putting your comfort at the forefront of my priorities today. When it comes to my kingdom, you are not only a consumer, the Father says to you today. You are a content creator. One who is a producer in my realm. You are a producer of these reproducers who are also reproducing. You are a fertile vine in my kingdom, and I am generating my peace inside you. I am making peace within you. I am bringing joy into your life within you because I do not want you to go through life without experiencing joy. The understanding that you are a fruitful branch must be allowed to wash over you and cause you to perceive within yourself that which I see within you and that which I have planted on the inside of you. You must allow this realization to overwhelm you. At this point in time, it is imperative that you reject the mentality of denial and the mentality of lack that governs fallen humanity in your thoughts. On this day, I make the declaration that you are one step behind in terms of gift. You will not be denied anything. I am aware that the wait has been somewhat lengthy. It is not denial to delay. Maintain your firm stance in anticipation. Those individuals who have attempted to provide an explanation for the reasons why your responses are not forthcoming are asking the incorrect questions. Whenever you ask the wrong questions, you will inevitably end up with the incorrect answers. There is no way around it. Therefore, allow your heart to be open to the truth of who I am and what I have planned to be and do in your life according to my purpose. Come to me as a child, even if you are an infant who is still nursing, and draw up from my faithfulness the manifestation of my faithfulness to heal, save, and deliver you even to this very day to the utmost extent possible. You must not permit the sounds of uncertainty and fear to obliterate the sound of my voice. As I talk to you today, I want you to pay attention to what I have to say. I have a definite plan for your life, and I love you very much. Put your faith in me, and I will guide you to a place where you will find happiness, contentment, and tranquility. Always keep in mind that you are not traveling alone on this path. Always and forever, even until the end of time, I will be by your side. In this day and age, the Father says, I am working within you, burying the old nature, the Adam, so that I may raise up the Christ within you. Your life, your hope, and your power are everything that come from the presence of the Son, the Christ, who dwells within you. To make you to be in your physicality, my body and my temple in union with every other blood-bought son and daughter, was the goal of all of the labor that was done at Calvary. This was the unyielding intent that was working behind the scenes. My intention is to bring about a change in your state of consciousness, a transition that will ultimately bring you to the complete realization of the Christ consciousness that resides within you. This is not only an academic comprehension, rather, it is an experience of my presence and power that has been physically experienced. Please have a clear understanding of this. I did not bleed on the cross in order to be something that is external to you, a figure that is far away and should be admired or feared. I did not die on that hill. Rather, I died in order to become someone who is close to you, dwelling within you in union and communion via the process of my death, burial, and resurrection 2,000 years ago. Therefore, you should not believe that you need to exert effort or battle in order to obtain spiritual blessings. I do not have to work for my blessings and graces. They are freely bestowed upon me. They are the result of a natural process that occurs within you, similar to how fruit is produced on a branch. I am aware of each and every one of your requirements, and I am the completeness of everything to you. Through the work that was done on the cross, I have already provided everything that you could ever want or desire. Do not let your imagined needs prevent you from seeing the reality that I have already provided for you. Get rid of the illusion that you have to put an effort or perform in order to earn what I have generously provided for you. I am making this declaration today. You have reached a state of oneness with me. The influence of my presence within you satisfies every deficiency and need that exists within this union. This is not a hope for the future, but rather a reality that exists right now. Let yourself find peace in this reality, and give my spirit permission to carry on with his work of transformation within you, day by day.